Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to day 3 of the Fascia Reset Challenge. And in today's video, we're going to be working on the nasal area as well as the smile lines, the lower part of the face and marionette lines. We're going to be doing some really great fascia techniques, fascia decompression, and then finishing off with the all-important lymphatic drainage. So also reducing toxins and waste around this area. Now, very quickly, I have done already day 1 and day 2. So if you have missed those, please check those out. The first one is on the neck and also the clavicle, and the second one is on the masseter muscle and the jawline. So let's get cracking on the third one. So what you need to do first is start off with clean skin. And as always, I'm using a little bit of facial oil just so we've got a bit of kind of like slip and grip and glide, so you're not compromising the skin by dragging or pulling. Now, if you don't have a facial oil, you can use a serum as well. But I do like to use something preferably organic as well. So again, whatever you apply to your skin, it's going to penetrate in better and deeper. So just applying just where the nose is, by either side of the nostril, and working in an outwards motion, nice and light with the oil. Side of the ears, just behind the ears, and then just either side of the neck here down to the collarbone. So taking the pads of the fingers first, we're just going to place them just above our collarbone, and we're just going to give those a few gentle presses. Again, this really does help with opening up the lymphatic gates, if you like. Now, I like to do this when I'm sitting down, back nice and straight, and you always want to pretend there's a piece of string going all the way up to the ceiling. If we're nice and in alignment, you're going to get more oxygen, blood flow and circulation, as well as detoxification to the neck and the head area. If we're hunching forward, we're shortening the neck. So nice and straight and in alignment. And then we're going to do our first acupressure point, and it's the nasal lift point here. So either side of the nose here, you can just take one of your fingers either side, and you just want to very gently press in. And you should feel an indentation. You want to just very carefully melt into the skin. This is a really great fascia decompression. And then just very, very slowly and lightly moving around circular motion. Now what we're doing here is we're creating any space from any tight fascia glue which may be stuck to the bone. And if the fascia glue is stuck to the bone, you're not allowing for so much nutrients, oxygen or detoxification. So we're just allowing space for this, just unsticking that glue. Press and hold. And then let's work in the other way. Now, if it does get a little bit painful, you can always ease off the pressure with the finger here. I like to do these. Also, nice deep belly breaths in through the nose for 4 and out through the nose for 6 as well. This also helps calm down the nervous system. We hold a lot of tension in the face, so I want to keep everything nice and relaxed. And then just press and hold here. And then just give it a few gentle taps. And then I like to take my fingers and glide from the nasal all the way under the cheekbone towards the ears. Now, with this nasal lift point, this is where it all starts, from dragging down from the smile lines and also those marionette lines. So by releasing this, we're softening this area. And then I'm going to take my fingers, we're going to make a crisscross shape. We're starting from the jawline where those potential lines sort of fade and end, and we're going to work all the way up in lots of different directions, as the fascia is almost like a connective tissue and it is in lots of different directions, a bit like a spider's web. So you want to be moving it around in lots of different ways. And we're just working superficially here. So just starting, it's a fairly light touch. And again, we're not dragging at the skin. Then slowly work all the way up. Towards the nostril. And on the other side. and then with the fingers lifting up and across. Now, the next point we're going to be working on is an amazing point actually, and it's literally where the corners of the mouth are, literally about a centimetre out from there. We have some really tight points here, and if this again gets tight, this can drag the whole of the mouth down, particularly these areas, the jowls, the smile lines and marionette lines. So I want to lift this up. It also, these areas have literally about roughly around 9 other muscles connecting it. So again, if this gets tight and restricted, it's not allowing for so much more space, oxygen, nutrients and detoxification. So we're going to do one side of the mouth at a time. So I'm taking my tongue and we're just going to place it slightly outwards like so, and then we're going to take our finger and we're just gently going to press on this area. And once that's melted in, we're just going to work in a round circular motion one way and then the other. And the other way. And release, and then on the other side. Again, taking our tongue here and gently place and hold. And a round circular motion one way. And then the other. And gently release. This is actually a really good one, and you may find it, you might feel like a bit of a knot, particularly if it gets really tight. So you can do these exercises 2 or 3 times a day, obviously depending how tight you are on that area. So we're now just lifting up and across, further light touch, lower part of the face heading towards the ears. What we're doing here is we're now moving toxins and waste, which is also very close to the surface of the skin through the lymph. And then just taking the fingers, just gently gliding down the front of the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes, and behind the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. Always want to swallow when you're doing this. You tend to find everything moving along, and then just with one hand at a time, gliding down that big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And on the other side. And then our beginning point is going to be our end point. So from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, just above those indentations again. So if you can take the pads of your fingers and just give it a few gentle presses, this will release all the toxins and waste we've moved within the lower part of the face into the body, ready for elimination. So again, I'd really recommend having a glass of lukewarm water to really hydrate the fascia and also to help with detoxification. Now tomorrow we're going to be working on the cheek area, so really looking forward to seeing you in that video. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.